The girl on the run suddenly noticed that the narrow cracks in the seaside cliff were already packed with trembling students. Above them, from the top of the cliff, came the relentless sound of gunshots as the killer continued executing other classmates. She wanted to survive too. Instinctively, she tried to squeeze into one of the cracks to hide, but the other fleeing students refused to let her in. The killer was directly above them. One extra person meant a greater chance of being discovered, so they pushed Amy away. With no other choice, she waded forward through the icy seawater, listening to the screams echoing from the cliff above her. Every scream meant more lives lost. She desperately wanted to find somewhere hidden, somewhere safe, but no matter how far she searched, there was nowhere left to hide. Every spot that offered even minimal cover had already been taken by students who had arrived earlier. She finally found a small, uneven gap in the rocks, but when she looked up, it was completely exposed. The gunshots overhead were getting closer. Panicking and losing all rational thought, Amy kicked off her shoes, hoping she could swim across to the other side. But before the water even reached her waist, she froze. Floating on the surface nearby was a dead body, clear proof that anyone who tried to escape by swimming had become a perfect target for the shooter above. Realizing the plan wouldn't work, Amy kept moving forward, her feet numb in the freezing water. The constant gunfire threw off her rhythm, her steps growing more frantic and uneven. Suddenly, someone called out to her. She turned around and saw it was her classmate, Pete. He offered to let her join his group, but she had barely crouched down with them when the sound of gunfire erupted again, loud and terrifyingly close. The killer was clearly right above them now. The group huddled together, clinging to one another, listening helplessly as more students were gunned down on the cliff. All they could hope for was that the killer would move past their position, and soon that hope seemed to come true, because up ahead, a large number of students suddenly started running back in the opposite direction. Had the killer changed course and started coming from the front? Two of the group panicked. Without thinking, they bolted to follow the crowd. Amy wanted to go too. She was desperate to find her missing sister, but Pete stopped her, warning her not to run. Running in the water right now was extremely dangerous. Anyone moving would stand out and become an easy target for the shooter above. Chasing the crowd would likely mean death. Staying where they were was safer. As the gunshots overhead grew fainter, Pete suggested Amy sing a song to calm everyone down. She agreed, but she had barely started singing when someone above them shouted for her to stop. The killer was right there. Before Amy could even react, the student who shouted was cut down in a burst of gunfire.